is starting. Stream.
And we live. Let's finger crossed it's working. Welcome to Drake's Den. I'm your host, part-time villain, joined by,
I'm your co-host, the Madisoka.
and we're gonna take a little bit time out of your day today just to talk about upcoming changes for 4.3.1. Um, as the patch is almost upon us, I'm thinking it's gonna be out today, hopefully tomorrow at the latest, and we just cannot wait. So we just decided to take a little bit out of our time to talk about it.
Yeah, today we got a big one. 4.3.1 is almost here, and we're going to break down what's coming with the patch and what we learned from last week's Star Citizen Live. We'll be talking a little bit today about engineering gameplay and how that could shake up the way we play by the end of the year, too. So stay tuned for some of the talking points that we're going to hit today.
We just maybe just jump in, tell us a little bit about ourselves. Uh, we've been playing together about 2 years in our org, Jackals, who are sponsors of our episode. We're gonna charge them later. Shh. And we've got an open recruitment at the moment, so we're gonna try to put links down below if you guys are looking up for trying to
Yeah, we'll have the
jump in.
Discord link around the
Hmm.
end.
Anything else from you?
Yeah, well, I started playing since 3.6, which was back in 2019. And yeah, I met you around 2022, 2023.
Yeah,
And
something
then
along that.
we met in another org. And then after that, we decided to just start our own org, me and a couple guys. And we created what's called a council. So it's me, part-time villain, our buddy Darth Blaza, Mormon Man, Gaz, and Pirate, and we run a logistics org.
Oh yeah,
So we mine, salvage, and cargo run. We do escorting, security work, and we do a bit of
pretty
everything.
much
We're
everything.
That's why we're called the Jackals, or the Jack of all trades.
Cool. Okay, let's jump in. Based on this, the biggest change in the new patch, and basically the big question: are there changes for respawn and healing a good thing for the game, or it's too early, or should be fixed?
I think it's a much needed thing. Um, I think right now, as the game stands, it's pretty much we are in a baby state, I would call it. Anyone that dies gets all their gear and armor back. And right now, dying has no penalty. There's literally no
No,
penalty to dying.
none.
So there's no repercussion. There's nothing. Right now, waiting for someone to come pick you up is useless
Takes too long. That's the
because
problem.
anyone can just, yeah, one,
Yeah,
it takes too long. And then two, it's just
backspace.
anyone backspaces for anything. And now having that penalty to backspacing is going to be good, especially like for instance, I'll give an example. If Jumptown was still around with the current state of the game, when people are fighting and someone's holding the Jumptown location, as long as they have a medical bed there, they can respawn.
Mm.
But now with the med gel, it's going to completely stop that because if they don't have enough med gel, they can't just keep respawning at a location that they have held down,
It,
which
it,
I find really perfect.
I'm thinking even it will eat your profits if you doing that way, right? So if you keep on responding, the mission might not be worth to doing it because you're putting more money into it, like torpedoes and medgels and stuff like that. And hopefully later you're gonna need to have additional armors, more ammo, more weapons when you lose it all. Hopefully at that point it's gonna be more of a money sink than at the moment you just keep on zerging them, just keep on throwing bodies at the problem. That's pretty much what's happening right now. So yes,
Yeah, and I think
positive
as
change.
it goes, yeah, I think as it goes on too, I feel like we're gonna get to that state to where once they take away the whole dying and keeping your gear, people actually think twice before going into a situation, and they'll actually plan and try to work things out than instead of just going gun ho right now. Because I feel like that's the biggest issue. Nobody's scared to die in Star Citizen. If we're blank about it, and if we're straightforward about it, actually, no one's scared to die.
Yep.
In
Yeah.
Star Citizen, dying is nothing right now.
Even the ships as
And
well. It doesn't matter. You die, anything on you, you get back. Ship you're getting in a couple minutes if it's smaller one.
yeah,
Zero repercussions. Yeah. So it's a welcome change. Finally, they're moving closer, but there's still, I think, a long way. So if when they changed, adjusted the prices first time, it's not going to be the last thing. I'm pretty sure the price of the med gel is going to go up. I think to about 150, maybe 120,000 per
yeah,
canister.
over time it will as the economy keeps growing and expanding and more things come into play. I feel like um, things will get more expensive and you'll start seeing it all get structured into a working system to where it actually makes sense. Right now, a lot of the pricing doesn't fully make sense, and that's because we don't have all the systems in place and all the features and things. But once all those things get turned on, I feel like a lot of that will make more sense. And yes, Medgel will probably go up even higher.
Mm. Uh, so
Who
for
knows? Who knows how expensive it's
mm,
going to be to even craft it. So, like, if you're not the type of person that wants to go out there and getting the crafting materials, buying the crafting materials to make it instead of just buying it whole.
the other thing
So,
we've been obviously we talk in our org every night most about this. So we did mention one of other ways to trying to mitigate the expense from CIG perspective. They can they can put in loot boxes medgels. So it's basically you go into bunker and you can find it. And I think this is what's supposed to be. I've seen them on uh, EPTU, and there are those devices are in bunkers. So it looks like you will be able to maybe find additional free canisters in there to just make bunker runs more profitable, and you can sell them on UEX or to your org.
yeah, there's tons of new ability. Well, there's tons of new possibilities with this med chow and like where they can add it and scatter it across the verse. And I think it will be a really good thing. Like sorry, the new Onyx facilities. That's
Yep.
what it is.
Yeah.
Um, that whole science wing that's coming out with this new update too. Who knows, like if we'll see a lot more medical stuff in there, sneak peek wise, that they haven't really showed off too much.
I would
I know there's a
love
lot of things we're gonna see.
I would love to. That's a small tweak they can do. So places like you mentioned, Onyx, and let's say what's the storm with Worm thing, Stormbreaker or something like that.
Stormbreaker, yeah.
Yeah. If you go into those missions, you've got beds there and you can respawn, which is fine, but you're gonna need to bring on your med gels to do it more than once or twice because it's been used up. So it's gonna be yet another step for logistic and planning. Um, that would be cool. I don't know if they're gonna go it that way. Maybe in the future, maybe that's gonna be the next step. They're gonna try to do it like they shown multiple options for respawns as well when they showed that. That was pretty cool as well. So seems like they planning for future. Uh,
Yeah, it seems like they have a full scope of what they want medical gameplay to be like. Seems like they're still ironing out a couple more things, mm, like the depth of a spaceman. They're probably still ironing out all those other details, but there's a lot in that medical debrief that's on the website.
Yeah, the
Um,
death of spacemen. I don't know how they're gonna do this because it will feel like in my head it will feel really really punishable if you grind your rep or something and suddenly your character died because someone drop a bomb on you and you lose half of your rep which you spend like 2 weeks grinding. So I don't know how they planning to
I
do
don't
it
know about see, the
because
rep thing is probably what they're still ironing out for sure because that one is a difficult section. Um, but
which I can see you've got inheriting tax or something to reduce your overall amount of money, and then just like a normal tax,
yeah,
and they will like maybe 20% you lose or something along that. That's fine because like money at the moment is not really all that important.
because they
But
keep talking about imprint, damaging your imprint.
mm-hmm,
So I feel like the more you die in Star Citizen in the future, we're talking about 1.0 now. We're just speculating 1.0. The more you die in 1.0, the more you're probably going to damage that imprint of your DNA, which then if it hits probably 0%, then you'll restart on a brand new imprint, which would be like a brand new character,
mm-hmm.
and then it would make you lose a certain amount of percentage. That percentage amount will be something that I don't know if they'll even have balanced by 1.0 because it's going to always be hated or loved by most. It's a love and hate situation when it comes to that thing
Yeah,
right there.
balancing any game is just unending story, especially
Yeah,
if
but
they.
balancing that right there,
Mm-hmm,
that one's a big deal because like taking someone's reputation and like what took them hours and hours and hours
mm-hmm.
to get, um, and dialing it back. I mean, it will give that big challenge, but it's still something I say the most they'll probably do like a 25% because if they go to the 50% range, it's going to be hated more than love.
Even 25,
That's
it's
just
still a lot.
25. It's still going to get hate,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. What do you think about the pricing for fixing the tier
Beautiful.
injuries at the moment? Like price
I
wise.
hope as I hope as fast as I I love the way I love where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great starting point. Do I feel it should go up? Yes, maybe in the future, and I feel like that should be determined on where that medical facility is and how much supplies in that system, how much medical supplies in that system is actually there to
Mm-hmm.
determine the price range.
Yeah.
If it's a system, let's just take example Pyro. If it's a system like Pyro barely has any medical supplies, I feel like regen and healing injuries should cost way more expensive than it should in Stanton, somewhere that gets supplied more often.
Oh my! I just had an idea. Can you imagine to because of that reason you can sell the gel box canisters in Pyro for let's say 200,000, right? So you can just double your money.
Yeah,
Let's say,
because it's scarce.
yeah, but then they need to go through jump point, which is a choke point, which pirates would have an option to trying to rob them, right? Gameplay.
Exactly.
That would be great. That would be great. No,
Well, see, no, go ahead.
no,
Sorry.
I was just saying how I would temporarily fix this just to get it a little bit better. So when you go and heal and you've got 3 tier 3s, you should lose 15 gel, not 5 for all of it, just to make more balance. I think.
I think, well, yeah, like I said, great starting point. I hope as fast as possible they get this into actual medical facilities
Mm-hmm.
in the sense where they even start charging you to respawn in a medical bed. Starts taking money from you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know if it's coming in 4.3.1,
yeah,
but I
definitely.
hope it comes a little bit after. and as soon as possible. It's needed to give that penalty for dying.
Yeah, I agree with you, except with small tweak to it. I think new players should not be penalized. So if someone buys Aurora and just logs into the game and they've got like 20,000 and they obviously fly into asteroids and die, they're gonna cost them 50 grand to respawn. They're already in black, in red. So I think there should be some kind of new player protection period, maybe I don't know, 6 months or something, so people just get.
I don't even think they have a system in place to go in the red. That's the whole thing. They go negative in this
Mhm.
game.
That's fine. You just started this game. You're already in debt in big corporations, charging you interest every.
One, see,
Uh,
from a development point of view, one way that you can do that is when a new player that is their
mm,
first time spawning in, playing the game, period, they just booted it up. They have like maybe uh, 48 to 72 hour protection period.
I will give them
Learn
more,
the basics.
way longer. One, people not ever.
Or,
Okay.
or the tutorial, if you skip the tutorial, it tells you, it gives you a warning. Warning, skipping the tutorial can put you in the negative if you don't learn how to play the game.
um, I was thinking more like a month to give them, just because like most of the people work, so they don't play a lot. So
But
they
that's
like,
why they should play the tutorial to learn how to actually play. Because
how long
I
did
played that tutorial. It teaches you how to play the game properly.
yeah, but how
In
long took
certain,
you to
not all the
fly?
way.
How long did you?
Me to fly,
Yeah, it wasn't like a week or two. From what I remember, it was a couple good hours in the game that I was actually flying. Okay.
it will take someone who's never played a flying simulator game like this at least a total of 24 hours, period,
Yep, of play.
to learn how to of playing
Yeah.
time, of just flying time, not
Mm-hmm.
walking around in Star Citizen. No, in a ship, in the cockpit,
Mm.
flying around, landing in hangars, taking off from planets. It's going to take you at least 24 hours of in-game flight time. For real. It's
Yeah.
crazy the way it sounds, but to fully learn a spaceship and how it works and all the buttons and whistles and all that shit, yeah, it's going to take that much time.
And I think we're just talking about just flying and not crashing. We're not even mentioning combat or anything like that,
Yeah,
which that's
not even combat.
whole totally
Is
different
like
thing.
combat. I haven't even fully learned all the things in combat. Like, don't get me wrong, I know how to do combat in this game, but there are some pro pilots and they have hours under just combat. Like, for example, Mormon. Mormon's got hundreds or maybe even thousands of hours in just combat flying.
Yeah, yeah, he does. He likes it flying and shooting. So, um, what do you think about the increasing the hold of Medjol and beds? Do you think it's
I think it was a good decision. I think the starting point that they had in the PTU was a little too low. I think where it is now is a very good um, balance.
hmm.
And I don't think they need to tweak it too much more. I think it's at a
Hmm.
good rate where it's at.
I, I
Um,
I think they should tweak it to give every bit a buffer, kind of like
right now, I don't think they should. Right now, I think they should stay
and
with that and perfect it.
uh,
And then after maybe like engineering and some more systems get turned on, then start tweaking it. And the more the economy system, which is StarSim, gets
mhm.
turned on, the better they can tweak the prices
It's not the price.
and
That's not what I
not the
was saying.
prices, sorry,
Uh,
the
capacity.
consumption too,
Yeah.
the capacity. Yeah,
Yeah, the only reason I'm like bringing this back because like if you've got like a ship with one bed, let's say Terrapin or something like that, it's got tier 3 bed, and you put in canister with 200 in it, and then you respawn once, then you go back and you've got respawn, then you come back, you use your bed to heal, let's say tier 3, so you've got 95 now. There's no way to get the canister out from there, and you cannot respawn in it because it's not enough. So that's the only reason I'm trying to for them to fix it. The other option they would need to do it is able us to take out the canisters. But the second they do that, people are gonna start pulling the canisters out from the and then scattering the ship and then reclaiming and selling the med gel.
You know what we should heavily test when the patch comes out, and if it's today or tomorrow, um, we should heavily test just taking a new medical vehicle out and
Mm-hmm.
doing ground missions. A lot of bunker stuff, where like you can die, or maybe like Hawthorne, something like that.
I
Get a
think
couple nurses out there, maybe an Apollo,
yeah.
park it somewhere far, and just fill it with med gel. Start having people go out there and die a bit, see how it all works, see how easy it is to refill,
Yeah.
see how many times. We can even get a couple nurses out there and just have one person imprint on a nursa and see how it works that way.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think the biggest problem is those vehicles with one bed. I think they suffer the most. Uh, and
They will suffer the most, but I
and the tier
think they
threes.
will
Yeah.
also be, yeah, but I think they will also be a strategic, more used for strategical purposes than for every day. Every day will be tier two, 100%.
Yep. I think yeah,
And
like
then
in quality, it feels like the tier three beds they're kind of really under
that's like a
underpowered.
strategic. That's
Yeah.
like you want a secret respawn, a backup respawn area. You bring something small that we usually have a tier three in it. And who knows in the future when we can research these medical beds and
Oh,
upgrade their tiers, who knows if a tier three can maybe in the future one day heal tier two stuff,
I've never thought
you
about
know?
this. They because they want to have everything up, but then they would need to be. I don't
Right,
know.
because tier three is the lowest, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the lowest. It's the
Yeah.
other way around with medical for some
Mm-hmm.
reason.
It always gets me. It always
Yeah.
gets me.
But yeah,
Every time.
that would be cool if they actually do it like a kind of like
Or maybe it increases how many times you can spawn on a tier three bed.
yeah. So
Like
that
maybe it won't change the tier injury that you can heal, but maybe give you more. And that's when I feel like that's where I feel like they're going.
it could
That's
be.
why I
Yeah.
feel like they don't want to increase it too much. They want to keep it at like a certain good low rate so that when you upgrade them, they can have more and more capacity inside of them, and that can be what the upgrade purposes of upgrading a medical bed is for. That and faster times of respawn too.
More
They'll
efficient.
probably start, yeah, they'll probably start putting a certain amount of time that it takes for the respawn to cool down, and a certain amount of time it takes for your body to be recreated, because they still haven't made the visual effects for body being reprinted and stuff like that. And I feel like they will have that in place later down on in the future.
Way
And
way
that's
down
where
the
like
line.
timer, but that's where I feel like the timer stuff is going to come into place.
Hmm.
You know, like we read the future of medical gameplay, how we'll be able to imprint in multiple locations. I feel like they'll all have different cooldown timers and different respawn timers of how fast you can respawn, you know,
Hmm. Yeah, no,
once they
it
work
would.
out the respawning.
I never
But
thought about this way that you can see the like Apollo's got those modules, and you just upgrade the module the way you want. That would
hmm
be a smart way to do it. Yeah, yeah, I see it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. We just need to get a blueprint for it and grind it up to like level 3 or something. Yeah,
yeah,
no, that would be
research
cool.
it up to like tier three or tier five, and then it would have all these extra benefits because that's what they're going to do with all the items in the game. Once crafting comes into play, all these items, they're all going to have benefits that you'll get, and they'll all have their pros and cons of like what they're better at than other guns, you know. They'll have a rating system. They already showed it off when they gave us the little sneak peek preview of what's it called? Our item inventory system V2.
Yeah, yeah, that he looked good.
Yeah, it
And
looked really good. I'm really hyped for that. Even showed like the tiers on the items. Some items were
yeah,
tier 3, some were tier 2, one of them was tier 5, and it even had it on like resources and crafting materials too. That's what I found interesting.
yeah, totally, totally.
So like it seems like they have a really good in-depth system, and I'm kind of excited to what we'll probably see this year for Citizen Con.
It's yes, it is. It's talk of the town basically. Everyone's waiting
Yeah.
for Citizen Code. Uh,
Usually I can predict what we'll see at CitizenCon. This year, it's been so hard. It's been the biggest challenge ever for me.
I think that it's
Like
quite quiet right now from CAG. They're not really pumping out a lot of content because of the.
last year, I called base building. I did. I
Mhm.
knew we would see something with base building last year. I knew we would see pyro. I didn't expect all the systems like that. I did think it would be 5 systems because I did read some articles and there were some insider reports that came out about 5 systems coming to the release of Star Citizen, and that actually became true. So I did
Yeah,
read that last year,
cool, cool. Let's
but
totally
it's
let's change a little bit subject. There was a interview with Benoit. It was kind of long, but
super long,
super
but
long,
super
3 hour.
informative.
No, I don't agree. Those are only tidbits for me at least. One of them, the big important one, engineering. They want to take it out, get it out this year, but they need to get the Vulcan thing first. So at least we've got a timeline on it. So
Yes, the biggest announcement he made, you're exactly right, was that the tech preview we just had recently.
needs to come out.
That was Vulkan ready,
Mm,
um, giving all the new graphical settings and stuff like that. That is the precursor to engineering tech preview. So once we get that into a live patch, which is what they're working towards, which they're going to probably push that tech preview into a PTU state. And it's probably not coming after this patch, maybe the following after CitizenCon. I feel like that's when it'll go into a PTU state.
I don't. Oh, it might be like a not PTO. I'm thinking maybe
Yeah, November.
no, it's gonna be November because this
Not
patch.
engineering. I'm talking about the Vulcan.
Yeah, Vulcan.
They're going to
Yeah,
get the Vulcan into PTU and try to push that to live. If that gets to live,
it's a November patch.
then we'll get tech preview engineering at the end of the year.
So, so
That's my
yeah,
speculation right now. That's what I'm speculating that will happen.
yeah.
Um,
How I see it.
take my word with a pinch of salt,
Yeah, fair enough. It's all
because I
speculations.
speculate a lot
Yeah,
here.
I'm thinking the next patch is gonna be CitizenCon patch, so it cannot be too out there with too much new stuff. So it's gonna be. I'm guessing here 3.4.2. They're gonna.
Well, see, there's
Mhm.
one thing he said. There's going to be 4 more updates this year. So
Yeah,
we have the one that's coming.
yeah, and then
We have 4.3.2, and then we have 2 more.
yeah,
So my speculation is the the third one will be the Vulcan
IE.
update.
No, it's gonna be IE patch, and this is one of the biggest sales, so they cannot go out with Vulcan. It
But
would be
that's where
too much. It's a free fly. It's a free flight time. They're selling a lot of ships.
you
They
know what?
cannot do it. So
You're right.
patch
You're
after
right.
that. Yes.
Could be the Vulcan. Yes. You're actually absolutely right there. And that fits into where PTU testing would or another tech preview. It would be more tech preview testing, and then once they get out the IAE patch, then they would go into PTU testing for the tech preview to go
Yeah.
live
In
at
the
the end of the year.
and then yeah, engineering is gonna go like um,
Tech preview,
tech preview
just like they
with
did.
Pyro, with
They did
Pyro, yeah.
PTU and tech preview at the same time,
Hmm.
so they'll probably do engineering, um,
Assuming everything
with
is gonna go
pyro.
well, and
Yeah,
there's
if everything goes
there's no
according to plan. With CIG, you can never
always
think
it's always according to plan.
it's always according to plan. Yes,
Yeah, true story.
you can never think it's not going to go according to plan. It's always goes according to plan.
Okay, what else? What else? Have you seen the new heavy SMG Volt weapon?
Yes, I've actually seen it fired,
Yeah,
and
I've
it
seen it.
looks beautiful. Um,
I'm not big
I
of
saw
fan.
it before they did the PTU fixes,
Hmm.
but supposedly it's supposed to be a chunky boy. So to shoot really fast, and then the slower it gets, the harder it hits.
Yep.
That's the way I understood it.
Yeah, I'm not big of fan of energy weapons, but this one looks like it's gonna be fun. I'm just thinking they're gonna probably nerf it before it comes out.
You think they're gonna? I don't think so because they haven't really nerfed too much of the new guns like that.
I thought they
You
dropped
think?
when the sniper rifle Volt came out. I think they reduced the damage on it. I think they always kind of balance it, right?
Yeah, we'll see after it goes live. Yeah, it'll probably get a small tweak.
Hmm. Which is fine. I don't mind because it's not like someone can buy it's overpowered and so you need to buy it on the web page to use it, right? It's gonna just gonna come out and everyone's gonna have access automatically for free. I mean, like spend a little bit of time to go and get it, eh? But then
Yeah.
you just have it. So like if it's a little bit overpowered, at least everyone's got access to it, right? So yeah, they'll fix it.
What do you think about the new science wing and this main
Cannot wait.
boss?
Yes,
I know.
cannot wait. So the I don't know if the people actually fought there because apparently it's the Doctor Yorick, whatever his name is, supposed to be the big bad guy at the end.
Hmm.
But I've not seen it. And so he's supposed to be like radiated, and I'm assuming he like probably used some kind of Vandul things on himself to trying to.
He experimented on himself. That would be crazy.
Yeah, so I like it would be cool like he's like half
Gonna have
Vandal.
7 life bars. No, I mean,
Yeah. That would be so good. It would be good. I'm really hoping it's something
oh, I'm
different.
excited for
Or
it.
maybe they could give him two life bars. One, he starts in Ikti, and then you need to destroy the Ikti. He comes out, and then you need to kill him again, right? You could do it
Mm,
that way. Um,
true. Or we could be fighting irradiated things the whole entire time too. There,
yeah,
a
yeah.
mixture of it all.
And he could have just
It's
been
gonna be interesting
releasing
if we
maybe
fight.
Glopians every so often as well from like cages or like other monsters.
It'd be interesting fighting an AI like person, even though he's like mutated a bit. It'd be interesting fighting a non-animal as a boss in a sense.
Mm.
That's gonna be very interesting in a Star Citizen game.
Yeah.
And it'd be very cool. Like I hope they follow up with more, which I know they will, but I'm excited for what's to come after this, you know? Like I've seen some sneak peeks of the science wing and it looks insane. There was
Hmm.
this one tube room that looked
With the
trippy and
green
I
like vials.
with the green
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
green vials in there, that looked crazy and I'm very very excited. To be honest, this is what I hope happens. I hope we finish doing the podcast and then the patch comes out and we can go play it.
That would be the best thing ever. But
For real, man.
I've not seen anything online that they
No,
mentioned
I've
yet.
been checking and there hasn't been anything. I
Uh,
think it's coming
and
tomorrow. You know
CAG,
they love their
it's
Friday
tomorrow, Friday
patches.
patch late, set their backend on fire, standard release. Yeah,
Always works according to plan.
yeah, yeah, totally. Okay, let's switch to
So,
Apollo.
yep.
We've
I
looked
was just
into it.
gonna go there.
Yeah, What do you think?
Well, I actually got to take a tour of it in the PTU, and I will say, I only have one thing I dislike about it,
You know what you're talking about already.
but the rest of it is fantastic.
Yeah.
It is such a gorgeous ship. Okay.
Hmm.
I love the way the ship is. I hope it gets some more modules, like more exploration modules, but we'll get to that in a
Hmm.
minute. My pet peeve on this ship is, and I love all the artists that work on the ship. I know you guys work hard, and it is not an easy job doing what you do. But did we not have a talk about the cargo?
I think it's been
Like the
really
cargo, the cargo rooms,
fuck.
beautiful job. But how can I say it? The way that it works is kind of ridiculous to me, don't you think? We don't have a small push cart that could push small boxes like that. So you already know how tractor beaming works. You guys, and this is where I'm going to get to sum it all up real quickly. You guys made the Intrepid.
Mm,
The
yeah.
Intrepid has that the same style cargo like kind of room, but you guys did the genius thing of making that an elevator that goes down. Why not do the same? I know the ship sits low, but you could have done that. It would have worked out. It could have worked out in a way.
I think it's being conscious decision by uh, the whoever is like designing them to avoid be overpower ship kind of thing. And two,
But that wouldn't make it overpowered though, just having an elevator track go down so that you can put cargo on and then it come back up. Because when I first walked in the room, that's how I thought
mm,
that room was designed. I thought there was going to be a button in there. I even looked for a button and didn't find one and was disappointed.
yeah, which I agree
And then I
because
went underneath the ship and I was like, oh, it's not even designed that way underneath for it to even have that capability
the
artistically.
first thing when I saw the ship as well, it was why this back entrance it's not wider so I can put eight ACO sides
Big boxes.
because like after you get through this airlock there's so much space there and the doors into the cargo thing they're massive as well. But I think it's been done on purpose, and I looked in yesterday something, but they want to potentially be able the ship to dock to stations as well. I cannot hear.
Sorry. I was a hair started tickling my ear. No, you said that yesterday and that actually makes the ship cargo transport wise make a little bit more sense because it gets you can connect to a dock and just bring the transport safely on from a space station
Mm-hmm.
or somewhere. But yes, the back end, it's pretty cool with the whole airlock system. I like it. It's going to work cool when engineering comes in. I think it was pre-designed and thought through for that mostly, but they could have made it a little bit bigger. I know you guys didn't want to make it too big to go from the original concept, and even though you did
It's
have to
quite
make it
close.
wider, but you could have made that back end just a little bit bigger.
Mm.
But again, it goes to what you said. They didn't want to make it too overpowered,
Yeah.
and I feel like that would have made it a little bit too overpowered. You having this ultra surplus of med gel inside these bigger container boxes, and you can just ultimately respawn forever in a
I
sense. Not
think
forever, but for a very long time. For at least a couple hours, you could respawn with a large group
mhm,
with a couple Apollos.
yeah. Where obviously the backdoor thing, I think a lot of people mentioning the same kind of thing. And the other thing is they didn't want this probably to so you are not able to take any vehicle inside to have a like a everything ship so you can fly to the bunker, you can land away, you can get your like dragonfly or something because you can drop it down and fly away. So I think they just wanted to keep it as a just an ambulance kind of thing. I think that's all it
Yep,
is.
and I think it's also a strategic way to keep smaller ground vehicles and smaller cargo ships still important
Yep. Additional cargo
because they can only
ship.
carry small boxes.
Hmm.
There's some cargo ships that can only carry the same type of cargo boxes that that ship can carry. And it's good that they will still be of use. Like for instance, is it the Argo CSV? Now that ship is actually now that ground vehicle is actually kind of useful to go and resupply an Apollo. It could drive up and just drive up to the Apollo's back end, and you can tractor beam those tiny boxes because it can bring you the tiny boxes
Hmm.
instead of you bringing a huge ship for tiny boxes, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
I think they're trying to keep all the vehicles interconnected in that sense to where like you're making these smaller vehicles with smaller capacities and then no one really wants to use them. It's like it's a problem right now and I know they noticed it. Everyone just hops in the biggest vehicle that has the biggest storage to fill everything up. And they're kind of not using the smaller vehicles
Everything
for what
ships.
they're
Yes.
yeah, for like everyday ships. They're using a big, huge, massive ship. When engineering comes back out, or when it comes out, that will no longer be a thing. And I cannot wait. I can't.
Yeah.
Sorry to all of you solo capital ship drivers, solo huge, extreme, extra large ship drivers. Sorry, not sorry, but you're fucked, bud.
Yeah. We hope. We hope that's what's gonna happen, right? We'll need to wait
I
and
feel
see
like they're
what this
still going to
lands.
do it, but it's going to be more of a risk and it's going to be more maintenance on them. And I hope it is.
That's
And
they've mentioned. I think yesterday I saw something. So they want even the fuel consumption on a large ship, uh, taking in consideration there's supposed to be like 10 people on the ship, so you're supposed to burn 10 times more fuel, so everyone pitch in a little bit, and if you're flying by yourself, it's not going to be all that uh, viable unless you just pay crazy amounts of money to run the ship. I think that's the direction they kind of want to go, which is good. um, I approve. Just
I do too. Like, yeah, we just hope that it puts a dent in the whole thinking twice before you grab just any ship. 'Cause right now everybody just wants to like grab whatever big ship
solo
there is
eaters everywhere.
everywhere.
Solo eaters, yeah, yeah. And they did put a little bit changes. They fixing the ballistics finally. They buffed them up too far. They said so. They're not
It's
doing
good for me and my cargo ships.
so that's good stuff. Hopefully they're gonna be more of an actual choice than everything laser repeaters and everything. And they increased I don't know the range on the torps and the rockets when they explode to do the damage.
Yep,
But I still
that's
think
going to be
it's
very
not
interesting.
enough. The tarps needs to be fixed, or they need
I
to
think they're waiting till engineering
maybe.
so that they can do a little bit of tweaking for Maelstrom when it comes to bombs, explosions, and towards ship armor. Because we're going to get a
Yeah,
temporary system. Um, Here I can actually go over it word for word real
yeah,
fast.
because at the moment the Polaris has no chance against Idris, and you can shoot all the torpedoes on it, nothing will land because you cannot dumbfire them anymore. Uh, and I think they should like a couple of them should land. I'm not talking about like all of them, but they should have a like 5 to 10% chance of landing the torps.
Well, I think there's an issue with the torps right now. I think they're trying to hit something that is not all the way there in place. So right here, they're like, what is the current status and plans for implementing ship armor system? Ship armor systems will be introduced in stages. The, initially, a temporary system will launch with engineering providing protection to ship components. As armor health reaches zero, those components will become more vulnerable. Later, this will be replaced with Maelstrom system, which will use the ship's hull material as armor protection for both ships and its components. So I feel, with that being said, that the beginning stage is like kind of what we have that they're talking about, that temporary system. We kind of have that in, but a little bit less, to where when it explodes, it'll give you, it kind of doesn't, it's trying to determine your ship's armor, even though we don't have ship armor in. And
Mm.
that's where it gets me to feel like it's in, but it's not. It's just turned off.
Yeah,
And that's why we have problems with missiles, period, in the game. Like they don't work. They either work 100%
yeah.
or they don't work at all.
I
There's not
think
that
the
50-50 where like they can work and give you a little bit of damage. There's no explosion radius that actually gives you damage. It's either it hits you or it
mhm.
doesn't.
I think PDCs are just too accurate.
Yes. And they need to be dialed back just a little bit. They hit every time, and there's no like there is dodging them, but I think the bar is
I think they would need to
too
reduce,
high.
yeah, way to, even for like fighters and stuff as well.
Yeah,
Uh, I think they should be
Mormon has problems with it,
reduce the.
and he has to like get sweaty mode. He has to go like.
um, yeah, so they need to reduce, I would think, the accuracy and fire rate to maybe kind of narrow it down a little bit.
I think it's accuracy that they have to dial back a little bit. Their accuracy, I think, is dialed up a little too high. I think the fire rate's fine.
Really, they're
I
quite
think
fast.
capital ships should I think those guns should shoot really fast. They're PDCs, so they are for like shooting missiles out. So I think their fire rate should be high. Accuracy needs to be dialed down to a stock rate. It feels like they are an upgraded PDC sometimes.
Hmm.
It all depends on like the frame rate and the desync too.
Or
I feel like that plays a big role.
the other option, keep them how they are. You just switch them from lasers to ballistics, and they only last for so long, and then
Mm,
you would
that
need to
is a good take. Yeah,
reload them, or in which they gives you a
they have to be
window.
reloaded through engineering,
Yeah, and they
which
give
like
you a
gives.
window to actually maybe land a couple of them.
Yeah, I like that idea. Well, maybe with engineering, what'll happen is if your PDCs shoot way too much with the lasers, it overheats your stuff,
Hmm.
which gives them the break,
Yeah, yeah, that would be good
which
too.
I think that would be good too, because they did talk about heat consumption. Using your laser rifles can build up a lot of heat consumption
Hmm.
into your components and then overheat them.
Yep. No, I like
You
it.
can overheat your coolers because there's going to be like coolant too that you're going to have to manage when engineering comes in. There's going to be a lot of things. We're all going to relearn how to use our spaceships again. It's going to be
Yeah,
a lot more task for us to do on the bigger spaceships. The smaller ones, I feel like they will be minuscule to maintain.
like
Feel like here
fighters.
and then,
Yeah.
yeah, like fighter ships and maybe like the smaller starters, like a Titan or a Cutter. I feel like those would be very, very easy to maintain. It'll be like here and then you'll have to maintain them. I feel like once you hit the medium-sized ships and up, I feel like medium will go into like a
Connie and
little bit hard.
yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like Connie will kind of get to like, oh, I actually have to really take care of my ship.
Hmm.
Corsair, I really have to take care of my ship.
Yeah.
But like ships like the Intrepid, maybe even the Zeus, those type of ships, I feel like will still be easy to maintain and take care of.
Solo. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully,
Hmm.
unless you're flying Drake, which they're gonna be breaking every five
Oh,
minutes.
I hope Drake comes with their beautiful, beautiful problems.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
I
there's
hope
a
I turn
reason.
my engine on and it turns off on me.
Yeah.
It's
uh,
just like it's like, wait, oh man. I blew a fuse already. Damn it!
You remember like back in the day, the first cars you had to go outside and get like a thing in, start like spinning an engine,
Oh, and cranking it. Yeah,
cranking
crank the
it.
engine.
Yeah, that's how you get your catalyst out. Whoa, and it goes. Okay, now we can fly. That would be so funny.
You buy the cheap fuses and try to turn on your Drake
Or
ship, and it
yeah,
burns out all the fuses.
or you need to like throw like a match into the engine with fuel there to actually ignite it. Something like that. That would be fun.
When the Drake Interplanetary Jalopy comes out, I hope it has something special like that. You have to do something special to turn it on. It's just not a button press. You
uh,
always got to swap out a fuse.
put the hamster in
Every
the wheel.
time, every time you turn on the engine, a fuse burns out, and then when you turn it off, you got to swap that fuse out.
One time use, yeah. Yeah.
Yep, this is a one-time use.
That would be funny. I don't think a lot of people would fly that ship. Okay.
Nope, they'll be given to the recruits of the org.
uh, don't listen to him. We're definitely not making people do anything. Usually. Probably. Maybe. uh,
I'm really excited though for 4.3.1.
see,
Um,
yep. The one other thing I don't think a lot of people like notice or maybe didn't pay a lot of attention is you actually can grab your like pants or core piece into your hands. It's offset from the actual model, but it's physicalized. So all the armors looks like they're actually physicalized. They try to do it with the helmet, so you can just put it on the side and stuff. But it looks like they went from most of them and they actually physicalized them. So I'm hoping soon they're gonna fix the whole sitting in a heavy suit with a backpack and all your weapons in a pilot seat kind of thing. So you
yep,
actually can gonna need to put this stuff back in.
put it in a suit locker or in a
Yeah,
storage. Yeah, I usually play like that. I role play a lot like that in the game already, where I take my
yeah.
backpack off and my
No,
guns, I put them away, and then put them back on.
no, I don't do it. Saves time. I
I'm
don't.
getting used to it.
No, fair
I'm
enough.
getting used to it. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. And I just really hope so those armor suits, lockers kind of thing. You just go in, press the button, and everything just swaps straight away. So you're like,
Yes.
oh, that would be so
Well, that's
convenient.
kind of how they explained it. It'll kind of be like that, a preset loadout that you make, and then you'll hit the swap button, and it'll swap out the whole gear for you. So you don't have to do the drag and drop and put this piece on and that piece. They're kind of skipping the whole like animation for everything. I think they'll probably just keep the helmet animation.
Yeah, the helmet animation. I think like stuff like getting into a cockpit, that kind of thing. And I think they need to keep. But yes, I'm hoping. Well, but did they not say like they want to like pressing the button to so be animation?
Yeah, we're gonna have interactive
Yeah,
animations, but those are easier than you making an animation of putting on this
yeah,
and fucking
yeah,
chest piece and stuff like that, you know?
yeah. Good. And hopefully that's the way they're gonna go.
It's gonna be quick action.
Mm.
It's an MMO, so you want it to be quicker to the gameplay, minute to minute gameplay. And it's like when it's an MMO, it's very hard to do minute to minute gameplay because you have to go here with this item, store these items, do this, do that. So it's like the better that you can accelerate that process to get them back to the minute to minute
Mm.
gameplay, the better the game will be. And that's their hardest challenge right now because they're trying to do it to where it's realistic, but they're also trying
To make it fun.
to dial it
The
back to fun,
game is
like
kind
Jared
of
likes to say.
it takes a while to set up, especially like oh okay I spawn in, I need to go buy all the gear, then okay I need to get to my ship 20 minutes in, okay I'm out in the first where are you guys in Pyro 4 okay another 15 minutes of flight to get there, uh,
Yeah.
and especially if it's got when Nick's gonna come out there's gonna be another like 10 minutes on top of it to get through two two gates, which I'm thinking next is gonna come out next year. I think they're gonna be releasing a system every year now, or
And they
up to the
might
fourth.
preview it. Yeah. If they do that, that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because
That would line up to 2028 release,
yeah, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's and I'm thinking
which is like the biggest speculation.
they start a little bit hinting with the story, a story about like the people in Levski looking into maybe join UEE, that kind of thing, because they're being invaded with Vandal. So they start, sowing kind of seeds of story for the next story arc.
System, yeah.
Yeah, which is great.
I think it's going to be really interesting. I hope after these Onyx facilities, they have like some another interesting story arc that brings a couple new locations to Pyro, like new facilities to Pyro to kind of like branch off into giving us a story into Nyx. That would be really dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else? Last couple days. Pirate Week. We're having Pirate Week. Looks like there's selling cosmetics as always for Pirate
Yeah,
Week.
some of it looks pretty cool.
Oh,
I was
see,
looking at it the other day.
see those crates on the back? Those are the
Yeah.
crates you get if you complete that scavenger hunts, which I
Um,
definitely did and collected it. Done it all by myself.
yeah, I'm gonna finish mine today so I can collect mine.
Yeah, I totally copied the the code in and pasted all by myself. Um,
Yeah.
and one other thing, I've heard, right, which makes sense as well, that potentially Paladin is going to be released in um, CitizenCon.
Everyone's speculating because of this suit right
Yeah,
here, huh?
yeah, which it makes legit reason to do it. What do you think the weapon's gonna be? Do you think they're gonna just put in the vault weapon, sniper rifles, and stuff like that, or they're
No,
actually gonna come back with like a crossbow or something along that
no,
line?
there's gonna be a new manufacturer that they've been sneak peeking and that they probably made this year. Um,
Because see this side, these guys on the right, those are the two
Other,
armors I think, and they look kind of like pirates or some kind of outlaw kind of thing. So
the
I'm
one to the far right is
mhm.
to me looks like a
Heavy
hacker
armor.
suit.
Oh, okay.
See the wrist right there? There's like it looks like a little screen. That's the only
Mm.
reason why I say that.
All right, fair enough.
But I doubt we'll get hacking gameplay, so probably not. It's probably something else. Probably another stealth suit, 100%.
This one
It
looks like
looks like it could be
heavier.
a stealth variant.
Heavy, maybe. Uh, so I was thinking they might put in the like a AK they showed up like last year from Pyro, kind of like a AK weapon. Crossbow, I'm hoping, and something else. It's gonna probably be like a pistol or something. That's my speculations.
It'd be cool we get the taser pistol.
Ooh, taser pistol would be good. Yeah, because they've been working on the vaults, a kind of electric thing. Yeah, taser would be.
Hmm.
And so, do you want to be able to pull the taser pistol in landing zones to actually go and tase someone?
I don't think they're gonna allow that. Nope.
Why not?
No way.
Yeah.
I don't think they will.
I don't. Too many trolls, I think, for them to let them do that.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, we've got anything else we want to go over? I think
No,
we've,
I think we've covered everything for this week.
yeah. I think next week we're gonna try and do this, guys, once a week. So hopefully next week we may, if the game gonna come out, patch gonna come out today or tomorrow, we're gonna maybe have some B-roll how we working on the Onyx facilities and give you a little bit more breakdown how we found new patch basically.
Yeah, That's going to wrap up this week's episode of Drake's Den. 4.3 looks like it's going to be a strong patch. It does. And if engineering gameplay does hit by the end of the year, we'll have a huge layer of depth to cover. And we're
Mm.
going to cover it all, top to bottom. So join us next week. We'll break down how the live packs performs and we'll see how the community thinks about it too. But in the meantime, you can hit up our Discord. Um, we'll have the links on our channel and send us some of your PTU stories that you had.
Yep.
Tell us some of the bugs you encountered. Tell us some of the stuff you liked from the patch. And hopefully it goes live today or tomorrow. But until next time,
That was us. Thanks very much for your time. We'll catch you guys next week. See ya.
yep.